Welcome to the fourth nutrition lesson brought to you by the University of Arizona EFNEP team in Pima County. My name is Paola Gonzalez and I will be talking today about the dairy group and calcium. During lesson 3, we reviewed the protein food group of my plate. The first key message is to eat a variety of protein foods from both animal and plant sources. Try switching out your usual protein for something else. For example, instead of hamburger for dinner, try salmon or a bean salad. Every protein food has different nutrients, and if you eat the same type of protein food, you might miss out on all of these nutrients that are beneficial for our health. If you are vegetarian, you can obtain complete proteins from eggs, milk, and cheese, and other dairy products. If you follow a strictly plant diet, like vegans, eat lots of plant protein foods and whole grain foods to get complete proteins. The second key message is to eat the portions that are right for you. On average, individuals should eat 5 to 6 ounces per day, and it doesn't really take much to fulfill your protein needs. Check out our previous lesson to see portion sizes for each food. The third key message is to eat more foods, including protein foods with healthier fats. Monounsaturated and polyunsaturated fats are better for our body. These lower bad cholesterol and can help prevent heart disease, stroke, and type 2 diabetes. Foods with these fats usually come from plant foods, such as olive oil, avocados, and nuts and seeds. Fish like salmon, herring, mackerel, and sardines also contain these fats, and they are also rich in omega-3 and omega-6 fatty acids. Saturated and trans fats, especially when eaten in high amounts, increase bad cholesterol, which puts us at higher risk for heart disease, stroke, type 2 diabetes, and other health conditions. Foods that contain these fats range from fatty cuts of meat, butter, baked goods like donuts and cakes, and fried foods like French fries and other fast foods. Foods with saturated and trans fat should only be eaten once in a while. Check nutrition labels on packaging or nutrition information for food online to help guide your choices. This week, we will focus on the dairy group, or how we like to call it, the calcium group. Maybe you have heard about the importance of calcium before and about drinking milk every day. We will take a look at what calcium is, the portions that we should have every day, and non-dairy options for calcium. What is calcium? How do you think calcium helps our body? You may have a pretty good idea of how important calcium is, but you might be surprised. Calcium is a mineral that is found in foods, mainly dairy foods, and it helps carry out very important functions in the human body. As you might imagine, calcium is stored in our bones and teeth, and it provides their structure and hardness. Without enough calcium, our bones and teeth become fragile. Calcium is also important to help our muscles move. Bones and muscles work together so that we can move throughout our day, from the smallest movements like typing in our computer to dancing and exercising. Another important function is that calcium helps carry messages between the brain and every body part. It also helps move blood throughout our blood vessels, that is, veins and arteries, and it also helps release enzymes and hormones. Needless to say, calcium is an important part of our daily lives, whether we are aware of it or not. When it comes to milk and milk products, you have probably heard messages like this before. It is recommended to have 3 cups every day, each cup being 8 ounces total. What about other dairy foods or other non-dairy foods? We will take a look at these as well. On this slide, we will take a look at portions of dairy products that equal 1 cup of milk. When it comes to yogurt and frozen yogurt, 1 cup is equivalent to 1 cup of milk. For hard cheeses like Swiss, mozzarella, cheddar, and Parmesan, 1 1/2 ounces equal a cup of milk. For shredded cheese, you can have 1/3 cup, and for processed American cheese, about 3 slices equal 1 cup. What about other types of milk? Some people drink alternative types of milk either because they are lactose intolerant or just because they prefer them. People who are lactose intolerant cannot fully digest the sugar that is present in cow's milk, known as lactose. This may result in uncomfortable symptoms that range from stomach cramps, bloating, gas, nausea, and other types of indigestion. Lactose-free milk has about the same calcium as regular milk. Therefore, 1 cup of lactose-free milk is a good portion. When it comes to soy, almond, and other types of milk that come from plants, reading the nutrition label is important. 1 cup of milk from plant sources may be enough if it is fortified or enriched with calcium, but if it contains less, more portions of these and other non-dairy food sources might be necessary. As a reference, cow's milk has 300 milligrams of calcium per cup. Therefore, milk from plant sources should contain close to this amount in order to get all the calcium you need every single day. We will take a look at other non-dairy sources of calcium. Dark green vegetables like arugula, bok choy, broccoli, kale, and spinach have lots of calcium. Their calcium content can range from 40 milligrams to 240 milligrams per cup. Eating these and other green veggies not only helps meet our veggie portions for the day, but our calcium too. We recommend eat green. Fruits can be a good source of calcium too. Some of these include figs, kiwi, oranges, and orange juice. Fruits are a good treat to snack on that are full of nutrients and even calcium. Fortified orange juice can contain 300 milligrams of calcium per cup, the same as milk. Whole grain foods like amaranth, brown rice, oatmeal, corn tortillas, and bread also contain calcium. Cereals and breads that are not necessarily whole grain are also often fortified with calcium. Therefore, you should eat whole and fortified grains. During the last lesson, we took a look at sources of plant proteins, such as beans, peas, nuts, and seeds. The good news is that some of these plant proteins have calcium too. These include garbanzos or chickpeas, pinto beans, white beans, tofu, and all kinds of legumes like peanuts. Almonds, sesame seeds, and sunflower seeds also contain calcium, so eat plant proteins too. Other protein foods like fish also contain calcium. These include canned salmon, mackerel, and sardines. As you have seen throughout this lesson, calcium is an important nutrient for our health, and many dairy and non-dairy foods contain this mineral. Even a food from each food group of my plate contains calcium, which highlights just how important it is to eat a variety of food. In this next section, we will take a look at nutrients that work together with calcium and other nutrients that can be found in dairy foods. Vitamin D is necessary for our body in order to absorb calcium from the foods that we eat. So, how do we get vitamin D? Your body can naturally produce this vitamin with the help of sunlight. When sunlight, specifically UVB rays, are absorbed into the skin, it helps convert a special type of cholesterol into vitamin D. That's why, if you can, it's important to get a little bit of sunlight every day. However, it doesn't have to be for too long. Therefore, it is still important to avoid summer sunshine between 10 a.m. and 2 p.m. and to wear sunscreen or sunblock and other protective clothing like hats. Too much sun exposure can lead to sunburn and skin cancer. Thankfully, we can also obtain vitamin D from foods. Vitamin D is naturally found in fish and egg yolks. It can also be found in certain fortified foods like milk, including soy milk, orange juice, and breakfast cereals. Check out the nutrition labels and see which of these products are more convenient and helpful to you. Over the course of these nutrition lessons, we have taken a look at specific nutrients for each food group. We will also summarize nutrients that are found in dairy foods and how they affect our body. Phosphorus is another mineral that, along with calcium, makes up our bones and teeth. Vitamin A is important for our vision health and immune system, and zinc also helps us fight off infections. Riboflavin and vitamin B12 are important for cell function, and they help get energy from the food that we eat. Protein, as we have learned, is important for many functions in our body. Potassium is important as it keeps our muscles working, including our heart, and magnesium also helps regulate muscle and nerve function. Selenium keeps our thyroid and DNA healthy, and of course probiotics, which are good bacteria, are found in dairy products like yogurt, and they are important in keeping our gut healthy and helps us digest the foods that we eat a lot better. If you want to learn more and want more nutrition lessons from us, email us at communitynutrition.uofa@gmail.com or look us up on Facebook, facebook.com/communitynutrition.uofa, where we post helpful information and resources every week. And if you haven't already, don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, Pima Community Nutrition Education, EFNEP, and click the notification bell icon to know every time we post a new video. Thank you for tuning in to this last nutrition lesson of this series. Stay tuned for more information and videos coming your way.